Hello, beautiful people. I just wanted to pop in for a quick hello and card pull. It is probably going to be short today for two reasons. One is I'm just completely fried right now. And that gets to the second reason, which is that we got a second dog this week. And she is a wonderful and sweet 6-month-old puppy. And so I'm always like, I've had to be in like on mode. Any of you with small children understand, because it's like that, you know, where you're just constantly like at attention. What is she doing? Is she doing something she's not supposed to? Do I need to go and get in the middle of that? So anyway, so all that to say, I'm a little bit fried and I need to keep an eye on her. So this is probably going to be short, but I didn't want to not pop in. It was actually kind of a fun God story how we ended up getting her, because the night before, we were not planning on getting a second dog, by the way. We had talked about it and dismissed the idea multiple times, but our dog Chief is incredibly social and lost his playmate a couple of years ago when the family moved. And so he has missed having a buddy for a long time. So anyway, so all that to say, we talked about it, but just neither one of us were like, yeah, we don't think we want to do that. And so the night before we found her, I was having God time, and the word that God gave me was, be flexible and open to change. And I was like, okay. What is that? What does that even mean? Because like, not trying to be funny, I work from home. Like, you know, what are you talking about? Like, what could potentially change? And then the next day, my husband sends me this video of this dog, and she's literally a miniature version of our big dog. And so anyway, he was like, is this our dog? And my husband, I just was shocked. I was like, what? So I called him at work. I was like, are you kidding right now? So anyway, so yeah, so suffice to say, 2 hours later, we were picking her up. So it on the whole has gone really, really well, especially given how young she is, the fact that she's never really lived in a proper home, so she doesn't really have much training. So it really, in general, has gone very well, but not perfect. So I'm always like, what's she doing? Is she doing something she shouldn't be that I need to correct her so she can learn what her boundaries are? So, which reminds me actually very much of like with God, with God, because, you know, how often, you know, is God trying to, you know, direct us and we're resistant to that direction, especially when he's directing us and it's for our own good. And we're like, yeah, I don't really want to go that direction, you know? And so sometimes she's doing that and I'm like ready to pull my hair out and I just laugh, because I know that God is just laughing, not at me, but like with me at me, you know, like, yeah, I know exactly how you feel right now. So anyway, so that's my story. Okay, so we're going to do a quick card pull. For those of you who don't know, I always do the explanation at the beginning every week. I created, I have 3. I'm working on deck 4 of Dyed4you Art decks. This started as a way for people who love the Dyed4you Art to be able to have lots of them easily. And so each card has a different one of the art pieces on it. On the back, I do tell you which one it is down here so you can look it up, but it also just has its own little word, and these are written in a way that they can be used with and enjoyed by people of any spiritual interest. So it's intended to be something that is unifying and allows for there to be deep conversation. So anyway, so that's what they are. And so without further ado, because she is now gone in the other room and Chief is in here, so he's not keeping an eye on her. Now she does nap in the other room, so hopefully that's what she's doing, because we did just go out right before we came on. Oh, here she comes. Do you hear me talking about you, pretty girl? Do you hear me talking about you? Oh, she's trying to get her brother to play with her. All right, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can show you guys real quick. If you can. Sorry, we have the steam cleaner in here too, so just forgive me for that. But, oh, of course, you're sniffing him from behind. Of course, just what you wanted to see. But she, she mimics him. It's really cute because he'll go stand and she'll go stand right by him. And then he'll go sit and she'll go sit right by him. She just wants to be just like Big Brother. Okay, without further ado, let's see. This one. Oh, I love this one. Okay. This is the Bloom Unashamed art piece. And the card is the Authentic Self card. You are amazing. Refuse to edit or lessen yourself or try to be like somebody else. You are an original, a gift to the world, so refuse to defraud us all by being anything less than your beautiful self. Be your authentic self, for you are worth knowing and loving just as you are. I just, sometimes it's just nice to have that reminder. It can be a really subtle thing when we don't even realize that we are sort of changing ourselves and not being fully authentic. It can happen really subtly because what can happen is that if people are reflecting back to us through their actions, that there's something wrong with us, or, it could just be like, if you are trying to share something that you're passionate about and somebody dismisses it or downplays it or makes fun of it or whatever, fill in the blank, like something that communicates to your heart, like, what matters to you doesn't really matter, and we can take those things in and not even always realize that we have. Sorry, they're being really cute, so I'm going to try and just real quick. Oh, you guys are so cute. I can't flip the camera while it's already live, so hopefully that aim was okay because it wasn't facing me, so I can't really tell. I'll see later, but anyway. But it can actually cause us to kind of close down simply because of the reflection of someone who's important to us, and it could have absolutely nothing to do with us. So if you think of like a small child who is completely unaware that their parent is totally stressed out about how they're going to pay bills or whatever it is, their mind is someplace else, and the child is super excited. Look what I did. Look what I did. And maybe that parent is like just a little bit dismissive or something, but the child feels that deeply because they want to feel seen. And so without even realizing it, it can actually begin to have us change how we present ourselves simply because we don't want that rejection again. So, it didn't go well for me when I did that. And so we learn to kind of close ourselves off, shut ourselves down. And sometimes by the time we reach adulthood, we're not even conscious because we made those decisions when we were so young. And so I think that that's part of what I have found fascinating over the last few years as God has taken me through this, I'm going to say self-love journey, which, those words get thrown around a lot. And I find within mainstream church, some people get it and they embrace that, and other people, are like, no, you're supposed to be selfless, like self-love is, wrong. And it's like, no, we're supposed to love others as we love ourselves. So it's really important that we do in fact love ourselves. If we don't, we are essentially saying like, God, I think you're amazing, except when you made me. Like that's really not okay. You didn't do a good job at that, but everything else, magnificent. And it's like, wait a minute, hang on a second. So as God has taken me through this, journey of finding a deep love for myself, I've included in that journey has been learning to be my own witness so that you don't find yourself in a place where you are reliant on external feedback, for how you end up presenting yourself. So anyway, those are just a couple of thoughts. That's just what I get. I'm not I know that my attention is split today, so thank you for bearing with me. But my prayer for you all would just be that you allow your true self to shine through and be the blessing that you were created to be, and to refuse to allow that to be dimmed, regardless of whether you are being fully appreciated in the moment or not, because you are worth shining just for God's glory's sake. And that's literally what it gets down to. Like, there are wild flowers that bloom that people never see. What is their purpose? To simply be and be their beautiful selves, right? And so that's us. Like, we just are here to be our beautiful selves, because just in doing so, we are reflecting God's glory. So anyway, hopefully that's encouraging to someone today, and sending many blessings to you all. And hopefully I'll see you next week and still be sane. We'll see. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless.